Smith is suing James Smith in the amount of $500.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathysse presiding. You may all be seated.
Mr. Smith claims he was pulled over while driving his father's car and says his dad should pay the fine because the weed the cops found belonged to him.
State your name.
My name is Melvin Smith.
Sir.
My name is James Smith.
All right, and you are suing the defendant, their dad?
Yes.
For $500, alleging he owes you this money for leaving a joint in the car and you getting caught with it. Is that what this is about?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, start with you. What type of relationship you and your dad had throughout your life?
Me and my dad's relationship is not really the strongest relationship. It's rocky. We have our up and down. I love my dad, but he's hard on me most of the time.
About what?
When I was younger, I used to get in really real bad trouble.
Do you think he should have just been nice? What do you think should have happened? Since you starting off saying your dad was hard on you. No, it sounds like you were hard on him. What else?
There's one thing that I did when I was younger where I was graffitiing and stuff like that, but I've changed since then. And my father still thinks that I have that leniency or that childish thing.
And all right, now you're making some sense. When did you change your life around? When did you change your behavior?
When I graduated high school.
How long ago was that?
3 years ago.
Okay, so it's been 3 years. You haven't been in any trouble in 3 years?
No, sir.
All right. Crime, criminal activity, you ever been involved? I suppose that's what you might have been talking about when you say you did real bad things.
Yeah, real bad so I would say about 6th, 7th grade, me and my friends, we was graffitiing and I got caught. And instead of me staying with the cops, I ran and it caused way more trouble than expected.
Running for the police for the graffiti. I'm glad that you think that's really bad. So good, you keep feeling that way. Let me hear about your son and your relationship, sir.
We have a good father-son relationship, Your Honor. I try to make sure he's responsible.
So you heard what he said. That didn't sound like a good relationship to me, based on what he said.
Those things fall on deaf ears, Your Honor. I do my job as a father. I raise him to be accountable. And if he thinks that's hard, then I'll live with that. My wife, who allowed him to do whatever he wanted to do and then made excuses for him. I was not going to have a son running around in this society acting like he had no home training.
That's what mothers do. That's what mothers do. Moms, you're doing what mothers do. Can protect that baby boy. But he ain't no baby no more. What you doing in here suing your daddy?
Hold on 1 second. I just want to say.
You want to sue me?
No, wise words. I just want the courtroom and everyone in the home to know that you were changing A's to B's because of the pressure of being perfect on the report card.
Y'all did?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Okay, that was a joke.
That was horrible about me.
That was a joke.
Oh, it was?
Kind of went over, yeah.
I'm just so paranoid that I might have done wrong. I might have been so tough on you. Anything you say, now I believe it because I was a tough. You all hear me all the time. Tough love judge. I was a tough love dad.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
But the emphasis was on the love. Thank you, son. Don't have to be too hard on myself. Thank you. All right.
We deserved about 90% of it, so.
All right. All right. Let me hear about why you're suing your dad today.
I'm suing my dad because I came home from college early on Friday.
College man. Go ahead, young man. Proud of you.
Thank you very much. I came home from college early on Friday. I was supposed to come in on Saturday, but I came in early. I was trying to surprise my mom and my dad. I got there. My mom was awake. My dad was asleep. I had to run some errands. I wanted to chill with my friends. So I asked mom for the car. She was like, I have to work so you can use your dad's car. About an hour in, I would say, me and my friend went and got some food, dropped him off. I'm on the way back to the house. I get pulled over. Apparently, the car was reported stolen. I'm in shock and disbelief because my mom just said I can use the car. I don't understand how that's happening. So the cop that pulled me over was a friend of my dad's. So he takes me in. At that moment, it was just like a regular little charge until the cop had told me that it was marijuana also found in the car as well, so they had to place that up there. But since...
They searched the car?
Yes.
I guess because it was reported stolen.
And since I'm 20 years old, I'm not really supposed to have that in the car, but I didn't even know it was in the car. I contacted my dad. He came and picked me up, and I had to pay. It was no charges or anything. It was just a $500 fine. I paid the fine, and all I'm asking is that my dad pays the fine because I pay for college and everything else.
Sir?
He knows, and his mother knows, that no one is to drive my car without my consent. Because the last time he took my car, he tore it up.
Did you?
He forgot to mention that. Your
Mediocre.
Honor.
How old were you?
16, tell the truth.
And how old are you now?
20.
So that was 4 years
Yeah,
ago.
that's not bad. That's mediocre. Little scratches.
Go ahead.
It's more than $500 worth of damage, Your Honor.
All right, I
Nonetheless,
got you now. Can your wife drive your car?
if she asked me, sir,
Now we get the incident itself, and the facts are layered. Melvin comes home from college early, wants to run errands, asks his mom for a car, and she tells him to use his dad's car. Then he gets pulled over because the car was reported stolen. That alone is a nightmare. But then the police find marijuana in the car, and because Melvin is 20, that creates the fine he is now trying to recover. His strongest argument is that he did not know the joint was there and that the marijuana belonged to James. His weakest argument is that James never personally gave him permission to use the car, and that is huge. If James did not know Melvin had the car, it is harder to say James negligently exposed him to the fine. The case turns on permission, notice, and personal responsibility.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
How do you think marijuana harms him?
He's always eating and sleeping.
That is exactly what it makes you do. You owe us something there.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with a case of Melvin Smith, who is suing his father, James Smith, for negligence.
Go ahead.
as I was saying, Your
I
Honor,
don't interfere with that. I might advise sons and fathers. I don't advise married couples. That ain't. So go right ahead. Tell me.
so I worked the night shift, private security, taking a nap, trying to get some rest. So I wake up because we have all these burglaries in our neighborhood lately. They've been stealing cars left and right. I look out the
Where
window,
you
I
live?
don't see my
Beverly
car.
Hills, Bel Air.
We live in an affluent neighborhood, Your
That's
Honor.
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I said that. I'm making an honest point.
Yes, sir.
And that they're getting more break-in, just as many break-ins, armed robberies, car thefts in Bel Air and Beverly Hills as they are in Inglewood and Compton.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, sir.
So I look out the window, Your Honor, I don't see my car. First thing I think about, my car's been stolen. So I don't run to the refrigerator looking for a note that my wife would have let me.
If you would have looked, you would have saw it.
That's not
Excuse
true,
me,
Your Honor.
Don't y'all start fighting in here. Go ahead.
I call the police, report the car stolen.
Don't you
Now-
interrupt in no husband and wife fight. If they just start fighting, let them fight. Don't you interrupt. All right, go ahead, sir.
It's on the refrigerator. He did not read it. He just he didn't look at all.
Your Honor, who
I
wakes
thought he read
up
that
and says,
note.
oh, I need to go check the refrigerator for a note from my wife? Nobody.
My dad goes to the refrigerator first thing in the morning.
That's what I was about to
Get
say.
something to drink,
You get
water.
up and you go to the refrigerator, not necessarily to read it,
Right.
but you are there at that refrigerator within 15 minutes of waking up.
Mm-hmm.
After I've looked out the window to make sure my car hasn't been stolen.
So you look, okay, perhaps you get up and the first thing you do is look for your car.
Work hard for my stuff, sir.
All right, I can't, fair enough. You want to make sure your stuff is still there. You're right. The milk can wait. All right, so in this instance, what about this joint? He said you set him up. Sounds like he's saying you put the joint in the car, you let him use the car, then you called the police and said it was stolen.
Exactly.
Straight up set up. You set
Exactly.
your son up.
No, sir, I love my son. I wouldn't do that. Here's how it really happened. I get awakened by a phone call from a police officer. Last thing that I want to hear, Your Honor. The officer tells me he has my son down at the station. I'm like, here we go again. I do engage occasionally in medicinal marijuana because I don't want that smoke in the house and I don't want to hear her nagging mouth
He was
about
supposed
it.
to stop 10 years ago.
We've been married 25 years. I've been doing this stuff since day one.
Yeah, ma'am, let him proceed. I don't find smoking marijuana to be a problem other than for underage. So you're not hurting his image by telling me he smokes marijuana. You never seen a person marijuana going through alcohol withdrawals. You never seen them dying of liver cancer. You never seen them dying of, what do they call it, cirrhosis of the liver. So go ahead, you occasionally use medicinal marijuana.
Yes, sir, and I never drive under the influence of any type of substance. The reason I had it in the car is because I didn't want it in the house. I didn't want her to know about it because she nags me about it. So I go sit in my car, crack the window, hit the joint, relax, whatever, go back upstairs, everything is
If you don't mind, let me ask, what problem do you have with it?
I don't care for the smell. And I just rather
okay.
him not do any drugs at all.
How do you think marijuana harms him?
He's always eating and sleeping. So maybe it makes...
That's exactly what it makes you do.
So
What? That is exactly what it makes you do. You own something there. It make him lazy and eat everything in the house.
Yes.
Run up the food bill,
Yes.
and he won't get no work done around the house.
He wants to take a nap.
So that got nothing to do with his health. It has to do. All right, I can't argue that, ma'am. I was gonna say I thought we were gonna go into the health.
Now James admits the marijuana was his, and the courtroom takes a comedic detour, but the legal point is still important. James says he uses medicinal marijuana occasionally, does not drive under the influence, and keeps it in the car because he does not want it in the house. That may explain why the joint was there, but it also raises a responsibility issue. If you leave marijuana in a vehicle, especially where someone else might access it, you create a risk. At the same time, Melvin was under 21 and driving a car his father says he did not authorize him to use. So the court has two imperfect choices: blame the father for leaving the marijuana or blame the son for being in the car without direct permission. Judge Mathis seems to be leaning toward the second. Bad storage is messy. Unauthorized use is messier.
Issues involved, because I believe that I would rather see young adults over 21 smoke marijuana than to drink.
Yes.
Nonetheless, let's get to where do you smoke it at then?
Just in my car, Your Honor.
Sitting outside?
Yes, sir. in
You
the
don't
driveway.
drive while
I
you're
do
smoking
not
it.
drive.
You come back in the house.
Yes, sir.
And then you spray?
I spray when I get out the car. I start spraying all the way till
There
I
you
get
go.
to the
You
door.
don't have a candle.
No, sir.
All right,
I
get
do.
you about 4 candles. And where's your car is parked? In the garage?
It's parked in the driveway usually because I allow my
In the
wife
driveway.
to
Okay.
have the garage.
So before you go, get your candles, the heavy set, put them in the car before you go in, let them burn a little. Then you go and smoke your joint, let the window down, and the candle should overtake the marijuana. And then when you go in the house, she'll say, oh, that cologne you have on smells very nice.
Coming up,
You don't smoke crack no more, do you?
No, sir.
When you
Never
stop?
did.
Oh,
Never did.
Okay. Why are you looking like that?
Because he was stopped 10 years ago smoking weed, and he's still doing it.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Melvin Smith, who is suing his father, James Smith, for negligence.
Can't openly carry it in the car. Can it be open can it be laying out as a joint versus a package? I know you can have transported in a package.
Sometimes the papers are the package. Think about it.
That's what you're gonna tell the police?
I wrote it into a package.
Rolled it into a package.
That's still open.
You tell a judge that you're gonna get more time than you thought. You're gonna make a fool out of him. All right, so I'm not really sure, sir, but he may be on to something in the sense that he didn't know it was there, but he shouldn't have taken the car. Now, where am I going with that? She gave him her car.
That's what I said, Your Honor.
No, she did.
She gave him her car. I beg your pardon? That was my car, Your Honor.
No, sir. Tell the next judge that when she take you behind the divorce court.
She not doing that.
I'm saying if she does, I'm just telling you the law. It's joint property. Did you have it before you got married?
No,
Did
sir.
you? Okay, so every single thing, you can have it in whoever name, your mama name, your daddy name, your sister name, your brother name, your name, your niece name, your ida. You can have it in any name you want. Before you go before that judge, he's gonna say any property purchased since y'all were together is joint property. She owns it just as much as you own it.
Thank you.
So you need to know that. So she gave him her car. Joint marriage means y'all left the joint in there together. No, I'm just kidding about that.
Coming up,
Gonna get along, right? He's in college. You supporting him in college?
He's paying his way through, but I'm doing that
What
as
about
a
you?
lesson.
What about you supporting?
Give me a dime.
He's
Who
paying
paid
it
for
all
those
himself.
shoes you got on?
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with a case of Melvin Smith, who was suing his father, James Smith, for negligence.
So, you're suing your dad because you believe he's the one that caused you to be arrested
Steal my car.
because he reported his car as having being stolen.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you ask your wife where the car was before calling the police and saying it was stolen?
No, sir. My first instinct was to let the authorities know
Your
that
wife
my
was
car,
there in the house?
She was at work, Your Honor.
Okay. He did what he was supposed to do. And what he had in his car was between him and the law. And unless you ask someone, do you have anything I need to be concerned about that might not be legal? That's not a question people ask. But if they want to be totally protected, then they should ask that question. And just as if someone is about to drive the car, well, you should ask, is your license clean? Because if you let somebody drive your car and the license is unclean and they damage it, well, your fault. And you don't smoke crack no more, do you, Dad? So I know you don't have no more of that in. You don't smoke crack no more, do you?
No, sir.
When you
Never
stop?
did.
Oh,
Never did.
Okay. Why are you looking like that?
Because he was stopped 10 years ago smoking weed, and he's still doing it.
See, Your Honor, this is the reason why I continue smoking weed, because she will not be quiet. Everything is
He don't listen. He don't listen.
Man, weed and crack are drastically different. She weighed in like you smoking weed is the same as
25
you
years
smoking
dealing
crack.
with this, Sean.
Man, I'm just having fun. That's my 26-year go-to statement when I want to get a nice little laugh. Is the war out now, though. You all gonna get along, right? He's in college. You supporting him in college?
He's paying his way through, but I'm doing that
What
as
about
a
you?
lesson.
What about you supporting
Give me
him?
a dime, Your Honor.
He's
Who
paying
paid
it all
for those
himself.
shoes you got on?
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. Can you afford to finance his college?
Of course.
I can afford
was
to
a
teach
winner of
him
scholarship
life
as well.
lessons, Your Honor.
And that is what? Borrow money and
No,
get in
that
debt?
is work your way and pay tuition as you go. He chose to get student loans. He doesn't need them.
I
He
was
uses
awarded-
those
Hold on, how would he
frivolously.
pay for them if he didn't get student loans?
He's on a partial scholarship. I'm happy to chip in and pay for him a meal plan.
Partial scholarship being how much, sir? What, does it pay for your tuition?
Not all. Not
What
all.
percentage
Probably
of tuition?
Just the classes. Just the
Huh?
classes. Just the classes.
The classes.
Just the classes.
And so room and board? Hold on, room and board.
That's
How do
all-
you pay for
all out
that?
of my pocket.
Education is the most valuable asset you can give to your children. Not a car, not a house, not clothes, not gym shoes. A quality education is the most valuable asset you can give them. And I need you to make sure that your son and any other children that you know, please take my advice and pass it on. He wasn't negligent, young man. Nobody was negligent in this case. He did what he was supposed to do. All right. Good luck to you, young man. On the other hand, I can't grant you judgment.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff.
The verdict is clear. James was not negligent, and Melvin does not get the $500. Judge Mathis recognizes that the situation was frustrating and embarrassing for Melvin, but the legal responsibility does not land on James. The father believed his car was missing and reported it. The son was driving a car James says he did not authorize. The marijuana belonged to James, but the court does not find that fact strong enough to make him pay Melvin's fine. This is a classic example of the difference between family blame and legal liability. At home, Melvin may still feel like his dad caused the problem. James may still feel like Melvin should have known better, but in court, the question is narrower. Did James owe and breach a duty that caused the $500 loss? Judge Mathis says no. Final takeaway. Melvin Smith sued his father, James Smith, for $500 after he was stopped while driving James's car and fined when marijuana was found inside. Melvin argued that the joint belonged to his father, so James should reimburse him. James admitted the marijuana was his, but said Melvin did not have his permission to drive the car, and that he reported the vehicle stolen because he genuinely believed it was missing. Judge Mathis ruled for the defendant, finding that James was not negligent. The case exposed more than a fine. It revealed a father-son relationship shaped by tough love, mistrust, college expenses, and different ideas of responsibility. The legal lesson is simple. Even when someone else creates part of the problem, you still have to prove they legally caused your loss. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.